He She Podcast USA is now available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Deezer, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. Connect with us on all platforms at He She Podcast USA. Can I be honest? Today I almost made another episode about celebrity drama, and then I realized something. Celebrities are going to be celebrities regardless if I talk about them or not. But there are thousands of people out there chasing dreams just like me, and we don't hear enough about their stories. So today, let's talk about what it's really like trying to build something from the ground up here in Los Angeles. Don't go anywhere. This is the He She Podcast USA, baby, where different perspectives meet. Finna change the whole game. I put that pressure to the mic to make you feel my pain. This shit is coming from the heart. I swear I never change. Los Angeles will either build you or break every expectation you came here with. And most people don't find that out until it's too late. Welcome to the He She Podcast USA, where different perspectives meet. I'm your host, Tre motherfucking Jones. And before we jump into today's #1 podcast, I want to thank every single person who's been supporting this podcast. Every view, every comment, every share, every subscription helps this show grow. We're building something special from the ground up. If you'd like to support the podcast, donations help us upgrade cameras, microphones, lighting, travel, and production quality so we can continue bringing you bigger and better episodes every single day. If you're a business owner, artist, clothing brand, restaurant, entrepreneur looking to reach new audiences, we also have sponsorship opportunities available. Your business can be featured before, during, or after every single episode. Every contribution goes directly back into growing the show. Now, let's get into today's episode. What up, y'all? It's hump day. Guess what day it is? It's hump day. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to He She Podcast USA. Hopefully you're having a great day today. Today's episode is going to be a bit different. I decided to switch it up. No gossip, no tea. Just a real hustler showing and sharing his real journey. We're not going to chase every single trending topic on this channel. I think it's time that we talk about the journey, what it's really like trying to build a dream in one of the most competitive cities in the world. Why haven't I quit? People ask me all the time, why do you keep making videos? People, when I brought up the podcast, I don't get as many views, and people probably think like, why you keep posting on that podcast? But the truth is, success isn't guaranteed, and nobody owes me an audience. Nobody owes me opportunities. But if I quit, then I guarantee I'll never find out what's possible. That makes sense to you? Success ain't guaranteed, but something is better than nothing, basically. Nobody don't owe me nothing. If I try enough, I'm going to find something that works for me. Everything ain't going to work out. But if I do enough, something will. So I think a lot of people have dreams they quietly gave up on. And, maybe life happened, bills happened, fear happened, and I get it. But I'd rather fail trying than to spend the rest of my life wondering what would have happened if I stayed consistent. I'm sorry. I got to keep going. I just don't like giving up. I don't like allowing my fear or past failures to get the best of me. I have to keep going. I have to continue to reinvent myself. So that's why I show up every single day. I know it is very competitive in the podcast world. I know where I'm trying to go with this podcast is not going to be easy, especially with the type of content that I am producing. But I have to learn some type of way. I do. I have to learn. And the only way that I'm going to learn is by continuing to put stuff out. So that brings me to something else. People got wrong about LA. You can move to LA and chase your dreams, but the same thing that you can do here in LA, you can do in your hometown. You really can. When I moved to LA, I didn't necessarily move to LA to chase my dreams. I always dreamed of living in LA. LA is my dream. So it's a little bit different for me and a lot of people. LA was a part of my dream. This is my dream. Some people move here to chase their dream. LA is my dream. It was my dream to be here. And it was my dream to do everything that I wanted to do here. I'm not chasing a dream, so I think that's why my journey is a bit different as well. I actually wanted to move to LA to confine myself a bit, to become a little bit more independent, to you know what I'm saying? Because moving way here from where I came from, I didn't have people here. I came here with only $500, and that's nothing. That is nothing. That was gone in the first couple of days. You know what I'm saying? Then boom, you're homeless. And you got to learn how to navigate through life challenges that is throwing at you constantly. Then I have stuff going on back at home. Family members are passing, stuff is happening with siblings, stuff is happening with family, but you have to keep going. And in the beginning, it's rocky. It is really, really rocky. But a lot of people think when you come to LA, you have to get a nice high rise apartment. You have to have the nicest car. You have to have the nicest clothes. You have to have the best Instagram presence. No, if you want that, have that. But that's not all what it's about here. Your dreams are bigger than just posting on Instagram for people to see. When you win, a win is a win. You don't have to show everybody your win. You don't have to be loud about your win. And if you want to be, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But don't think that that's the concept of success, because it's not. And a lot of people get that in their mind and they actually ruin their experience here in LA because they're chasing something that doesn't exist. If you wasn't getting it like that back at home, don't think that you're going to come here and do it. And even if you were probably living a very different living at a certain level in your original city, if it wasn't like a New York or something, of course, when you come here to LA, you may have to adjust and sacrifice and get something a little bit less. But it all depends on what you're coming here for. Now, if you're coming here to try to live real nice and luxury, I understand that, but you need to come with money. But if you come to LA trying to get in the industry, like you want to work in film, or if you just are somebody who creates and want to be closer to LA, because it is beautiful here and there is more things that you can talk about, more things that you can do here. And it's just way more opportunity in general. If you're one of those people, you don't have to have the nicest crib and stuff like that. You can sacrifice that to have whatever else that you want. Cause I think a lot of people always be saying, like, people where I'm from see LA, it's like, oh, it's just too dirty there. All the homeless people, that's all you see because that's the only places that you went, that's tourist areas. But I don't really necessarily only see that. So when people think about Los Angeles, they picture red carpets, movie premieres, celebrities, luxury cars. But there's another side of LA too, y'all, that y'all don't see. Everybody around here working jobs, trying to survive, creating at night. Like I work a full-time job, 40 hours a week, and I'm still gonna come here and do this. I do my social media stuff. I do all of that as well. You know what I'm saying? It's actors going to auditions after audition after audition after audition after audition. They ain't just getting picked for everything. Everybody ain't just having the glamorous luxury life that y'all think it's having. It's some musicians that's recording in their bedroom, in the bathroom, in the closet. Everybody just working with what they got. The best people that you see know how to work with what they got. The people at the top worked with what they got until they got something better. They started somewhere. If you ain't one of those people, this ain't for you anyway. Because y'all come here and then like 30 days later, y'all talking bad about it. Oh, I don't like LA. People in LA trying too hard to be this and they living shitty. They living like this and they living like that. And that's fine if that's how you feel, but that's not the concept of LA at all. Some of the greatest people out there sacrificed their living to chase their dream, and it paid off well. You don't know how many of the people you play in your car and listen to that slept in their car. Somebody you riding around jamming all day slept in their car to be able to to be able to make that, to be able to be in spots and be around the world in places and not have to work and be able to have open availability, because you got to be able to be used. And they were able to sacrifice that. Y'all don't be understanding what it takes to actually get what you want in life. You have to be very, 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 very hungry for it. You have to be hungry. But to me, the LA I see is everybody just trying to get in where they fit in. That's what I see. I don't see the dirty. I don't When I see LA, I don't just see the dirtiness. I don't see the filth. I don't just see the homelessness. There's a lot of opportunity here. This is one of the best cities in the world. In the world. I'm sorry. Everybody want to come here still. LA is still flowing. When I'm watching the news and seeing all of the crazy take pieces online, what people have to say about LA, I don't see that here. It doesn't pan out in real life. The hate is not real. It's still thriving here. It's still jumping. So but when I was thinking about building something here in LA, I imagined big. I wanted to come to LA. I'm gonna get me a mansion. This is some of the most beautiful pieces of residential property in the world. They have some nice homes out here, and I'm gonna get me one of them. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get me one. When I imagined coming to LA, I wanted everything. The Lambo, I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna get that American dream that people really, really rarely chase. I'm gonna have it. I'm telling you. And that's what I want to hear in LA. I did want to be famous too. I do want to be famous. I don't like when people try to humble themselves and say, I don't really want to be famous, but deep down you do. I do. I do. I want to be famous. I like everything about celebrity culture. I am famous. I am going to be famous and I'm going to make myself famous. So that's how I know I'm going to be famous. I'm going to make myself famous. How are you going to make yourself famous? Continue to watch. I don't have to tell you anything because I could explain it to you and you're still going to try not to see it. That's how visions work. I see it and I have to just bring it to you on a platter. I shouldn't even told you, but just so you can know, you'll have this here. I want to be famous. I'm going to be famous. I'm making myself famous. So yeah, but I didn't just necessarily come to LA to try to get famous. You don't have to come to LA to get famous at all. But if you want to live in LA, LA is a beautiful place to live. You don't have to live in the nicest places, but if you can afford to live in the nicer places, do whatever you want to do. Live wherever you want to live. And but I think that you should explore different options before just thinking that you need a luxury high rise, big nice apartment because you can use a lot of those extra funds to really prioritize your dreams because that's the main thing. A lot of people say they move in here to chase their dream and then don't chase no dream. Come here to try to meet friends. Oh, it's lonely there. Everybody's fake. Everybody's doing that because everybody in their own corner, in their own pocket, worrying about their business, they fake. That is crazy. But I also wanted to build this podcast. I always basically I went to college for mass communication. I wanted to be a radio host my whole life. I wanted to actually work for ESPN, but something just shifted in me when I started to get older and I got bored with mass communication, journalism, all that all together. And I just shifted away from that. I even stopped doing YouTube and stuff as well because I did used to always use my camera and just record anything. I just pull out my camera and record. I was that guy, but eventually I swayed away from that because I just got bored with it. And I started having adult life and living. And when I moved to LA, all my creative side came back. I got so far away from people. I didn't have any friends, anybody to talk to, anything at all. People didn't call me or nothing. So I just started creating music, anything. I make songs. I have many songs out. You can go check it out on my SoundCloud. I like to create. I don't care what it is. I don't care how bad it is. I don't care who don't like it or who love it. I like to create, and that's what I do. I'm not even ashamed of my stuff. I actually post my music. I don't care who likes it, who don't like it. I don't care who follow me on social media, who unfollow me. I do not care. I'm not trying to be cool for nobody. I'm not trying to create no type of fake image for nobody to like at all. And that's the most important part about being here in LA. Nobody is going to be clapping for you. Nobody is going to be there for you. You might have a friend today that won't be your friend tomorrow. But when you get an opportunity, you got to leave your emotions out of it. You got to go work, do what you got to do, and move around. You can't burn bridges because you feel a certain type of way about things. You just got to be quiet and move on. Move on around because speaking too much is going to block your blessings here. And that's what people feel like is fake. It's fake. It's fake. It's fake. Everything just don't need to be addressed. It's like we don't have anything against each other, but a lot of business relationships don't work out. And if it doesn't work out, that doesn't mean that I don't like you personally. It's just that we don't have anything else to talk about because a lot of the times here in LA, you are only going to have a lot of business relationships, especially if you're trying to be in the industry. I think a good way to learn the industry is to try to work like some PA jobs. Go work on set. Go do some stuff like that. Go do audience work, sit in. If you want to do some extra work, do that as well. Get on Craigslist too. You can find some gigs on there. Get on Craigslist and find you some gigs, but be safe as well. You don't want to be green out here, but you got to make mistakes to learn. So do whatever you need to do. I think that if you can't fail, you can't learn. So don't try to skip the struggle. I tell y'all that all the time, but LA is a great place to get on, to learn and get on your feet because I learned a lot here. And I feel like I'll be talking in circles on here. And I ain't really have much to talk about today, but I wanted to talk about growth and building something from nothing. Building something is not easy. It's not easy building no podcast or anything. You're not going to have any support, especially when you're a small content creator. I don't even consider myself a content creator. I'm me. I feel like I'm a big personality. I don't want to box myself in and call myself a content creator because that's not me. I want to be an actor, a world renowned actor that everybody knows, that everybody respects, that everybody wants to work with. And I want to lean more into comedy because I like to see people laugh and I like to make people laugh. I don't, even if I have to use my body to be a vessel and a joke of whatever, I don't mind that. I don't. I will use myself in any type of way to help my people. just laugh, because laughter is really, really good for the soul. For real. I feel like laughing can save your life. Just laugh about it. Laugh. Now you gotta be serious sometimes, but ain't nothing wrong with laughing. Building isn't glamorous, y'all. When you building something up, it ain't gonna always look good. It ain't gonna always make sense in the beginning. I always like to share my journey here on my podcast. Look at everything. It doesn't look good. Even with this sleeve here, this is actually a jewelry bag that I have over this Target microphone because it helps with my lisp. And when I say the P word is very, very heavy. So I just put this slide over there because somebody on YouTube did this as well. And I just take notes. I go and find different ways that I can make whatever I have work for me. Keep in mind, everything that I'm using in this video, I already had before I even started this podcast. I could have been doing this for years now, but I did not because I allowed my head to make me believe that I had to have the perfect setup like a lot of you think. And I never started anything. All I did was continue to talk, 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 and say, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that. Started nothing, didn't write anything down, didn't do anything, but I always had this ideal in my mind. And I have been motivated for a very long time. Now, this is like a couple of years, but I did start to get serious about doing this podcast over the last couple of months. And I had been working with I asked 3 girls to do this podcast. Now, the first girl I was actually like working with, like I was supposed to get her on here, and she have her own thing going, and I respect her as well. She's not like a bad person or anything. I don't want to disrespect anybody, but the first girl was interesting. I seen her. She's doing her thing. I actually just seen her on Kai Sinet Streamers University, so shout out to her. She's doing her thing. And the second girl, I don't think she had the I don't think she was interested at all. We didn't have a conversation about it at all. I did share the information with her though, but I love her to death too. And the third girl, as you seen, was on here, Miss Lauren, but that just didn't work out. So I have to continue to work on that aspect, but I didn't think that it would be smart for me to just slow down and just say no. Because if I stop recording, I'm never going to come back again. I know how I am. So I have to continue to be consistent at it, just like work. So now I'm going to start to treat this like a job because that's how I am as a person. I know me. When you know your behaviors, you have to perform at that because how you do anything is how you do everything. I know how I am. So if I don't show up, it's like I quit. Like at a job, if I do a no call, no show, I ain't never coming back. That's the type of guy I am. I don't miss work. So if I don't come, I ain't coming. But I ain't coming ever. Yeah. Building isn't glamorous. Everything ain't gonna look good in the beginning. Everything ain't gonna make sense, but you have to keep going until you figure out what does work. Because if you don't do nothing, then you're never gonna know. I feel like you gotta have everything in the beginning. You're not gonna have that at all. And y'all go to social media, y'all think that everything on social media is so real, and it's not. Social media just shows the finished product, baby. It barely show you anything. It barely show you anything, bits and pieces. That's a finished product. When you see people all posting those nice photo shoots and stuff like that, that's probably weeks ahead. They working hard. It's not easy as you think. Somebody taking a picture every single day. They probably took like 30 to 60 pictures. Look, everything that look good ain't good, but everything that look easy ain't easy either. It ain't. But it's possible. So I feel like if it's possible, it is easy. It is. It is as easy, actually. Let me change my vocabulary. If it's possible, it is easy. But if you want to reach levels that you have never reached, you gotta show up. You gotta record when you still tired. Like I'm right now. I don't want to be up on here, but I'm here. And I'm gonna give it energy too. And I'm gonna actually break this down and talk about something because I'm not gonna sit here and waste y'all time and think that y'all gonna listen to me ramble around in circles and not make no sense. No. I have to still be dedicated to this. This is a show. This is what I want, and I'm treating this with seriousness. This is the He She podcast, baby. So when I show up every single day, I'm Tre motherfucking Jones. Fuck what Tre got going on. This is Tre motherfucking Jones. You hear me? And that's how you got to treat your dreams. You got to respect your own self because nobody else is going to care about it at all. You got, even when something flop, you got to keep going. Stop looking at the numbers. Stop letting people project fear into you and trick you out of your position. It don't even matter how many views you get if nobody gonna watch. Yesterday, I think my podcast only got 1 view. 1 view for the whole day yesterday. I'm still here today showing up. I don't care. I do not care. The only thing I care about is doing what I say I'm gonna do. And I said I was gonna make a podcast and I'm gonna do episodes every single day. I ain't stopped every single day. This is episode number 10 on a free trial. Who making excuses out there on a free trial? Who making excuses? You can do whatever you want to do. Anything. And you can do this on your phone. You want to make YouTube videos, you can make them on your phone. If you post a video on YouTube every single day, at least 10 minutes or more for 30 days straight, Ain't no way that you ain't gonna get no views. You'll probably be monetized by the 15th day. Ain't no way your video won't pick up in the algorithm. If you post one video for 30 days straight on any platform, it's no way that it ain't gonna jump in the algorithm. If you do something every single day and keep going, it's gonna work out. It's gonna work out. If it don't work out, you gotta switch something up, tweak something, switch something. But a lot of us don't be consistent. We worry too much about the results of what we getting out, and we move too fast off emotion. You cannot be emotional. You cannot be emotional when it comes to your dream. Be passionate a little bit, but don't be emotional. So I feel like the part people don't celebrate is the hard work behind every dream, the hard work behind the vision. For real, for real. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But shit, look at mine. I don't care. Look at mine. I say that all the time. Look at my background. This my real house. This me. I'm in here recording. I need to record a podcast. I podcast every single day now. So get up, chase your dream, and do exactly what you need to do. Do not be scared to fail. Do not. You got to. You got to. Don't worry about how the audio sound at first. Don't worry about how the video look at first. Don't even discuss that. Keep going. And if you can relate, welcome to the club. I don't care about none of that. I keep going. But I want to ask y'all something in the comments. What anybody here chasing a dream? I want to know what dreams are you chasing right now? What's some of the biggest obstacles that you have to come over right now? What are your biggest obstacles right now? Have you ever almost quit something? I almost quit every single day. I'm not gonna lie, but not work. I go to work and work is easy because I built that habit and it doesn't bother me at all. But when it comes to this is fresh to me. So I'm building a habit to show up every single day. I would prefer to actually be able to film this early in the morning, but it's not possible for me to do that because I don't live alone. And also I don't want to be that loud early in the morning because I do live in an apartment complex. So it's not as easy for me to do that. But I would prefer to film my show early in the morning and drop it like 7 or 8 a.m. because that would be fun. But if I wanted to do that, all I have to do is film it the night before and not give audio or video so nobody would even know. So I've been thinking about that. And we may do that next season. I might switch it to the morning times and just start bulking, film it the day before and compile all of it together and have it scheduled to drop that week. We could actually do that for real, for real. Yeah, that's my dream though. The only obstacle right now is I really don't want to say that financial is an obstacle, but it is. It costs to do a lot of things. It costs for me to continue to live my life here in LA and only work the job that I work. I do gigs and stuff on the side, but I can do more. I know I can't do more because I have more time. I'm only coming here talking to y'all for an hour a day, which means that I have what? 15 more hours to do something. 15 more hours, right? Eight times three. So that is an excuse. I can figure out how to make it work, and eventually I will. Once I get tired of making the same mistake, I'm gonna do it. I really am. I always do. What's one thing I'm proud of that nobody noticed? That I keep showing up. I like I say, work is different. That's easy. That's just like school. You was trained to go to school. So after leaving school, my body just got trained to go to work for 8 hours. So that's different. But when it comes to my dreams, I've been showing up a lot and it's actually been paying off a lot. All my social media and stuff. I never really tried to be a viral person though. I promise I didn't. I've always wanted to be famous. Always. I still do. I'm going to be. I never wanted to be viral though at all. But going viral really showed me the leverage of going viral and how much I could use it to chase my dreams. And that's what gave me the fuel to actually start my podcast and try to direct traffic from my social media accounts to here because you got to figure out how to niche yourself and I got to try to figure out how to make some money from this. And the best way is a podcast. Everybody like podcasts and everybody got all types of podcasts out there. So I just want to be myself. I don't want to try to be fake on here. I don't want to try to give real radio vibes or none of that. I want to be myself. I want to create my own stuff and just grow and grow and grow. So yeah, I'm proud of that. I'm proud that I'm actually doing what I say I'm going to do. I'm proud that I'm consistent. I actually keep showing up. I'm really proud of that. I passed by this laptop a couple times, like, I don't know if I'm going to log in. I'm about to post that Lil Wayne. I told y'all if I post a picture of Lil Wayne, just know I ain't coming. I almost posted it today. I'm not going to do that though. I'm going to keep showing up. I'm going to try to do this show every single day for 30 days straight. Every day for 30 days straight. If I can preach to tell other people what to do, I got to be able to practice that. It's not hard for me to come here for 1 hour a day and talk about something. and talk about something. I sit on my phone for other hours a day arguing with people in the comments on social media. So it shouldn't be that hard for me to get here and talk to y'all. And that's what I'm going to do because I can do that. This is what I asked for. And God has given me the gift to do it. God has also given me the platform because I could have been seeing all of these things, but I didn't even have the energy or the will or the drive to even go and start this. And then it just hit me. I went to YouTube. I was looking at this page called Think Media. Shout out to Think Media. This is not even an ad, but Think Media. And they were showing how to build a podcast from the ground up. I took notes. I wrote down. I started to take my social media serious. I started to actually write down every topic. And that's when I started to go viral. That's when I started to see like big impacts. I started to see big impacts, but I never started the podcast. I never started the podcast. But that was enough fuel for me to actually start looking for co-hosts. So again, I went to YouTube, I started looking up Think Media and stuff like that. But in the midst of this, I was going viral already. So I won't act like Think Media helped me go viral. They didn't help me with that aspect, but they did help me build my podcast from the ground up. They did. I looked on Think Media. That's exactly where all my ideas come from. I read that page. I studied it to the T. As you see here, I took many notes, many notes. I watched lots of videos on YouTube. Then I went to check out Riverside, and y'all know I love Riverside because Think Media showed me how to get over here, and I got that free trial, and I've been here ever since. I took it serious though. I didn't let the opportunity sink. But one thing that I took from over there from Think Media is that if you want to get in this business, you got to understand from the beginning it may not work. But just because that's there doesn't mean that you're not supposed to put in the same amount of effort. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter at all. And it's okay for you to have that small feeling that it's not working or you know what I'm saying, doubt. It's okay to have that doubt, but you still got to show up. That's what I took from that Think Media platform. And I really like that platform. I like the way that they run it. I like the way that they teach you how to make a podcast because they made it so simple for me. I did everything in one day. They tell you everything. And it's even videos on YouTube about how to license your show, how to get copyrighted and all of that stuff like that. All of that information is right here on YouTube. It's right at the reach of your hand. So anything that you want to do, go to YouTube, man. You can start anything, anything. So yeah. Most of this video was supposed to be about moving to LA and chasing your dream and what it's really like to chase your dream here in LA. And I'm just basically showing my how I chased my dream here in LA. When I moved to LA, like I said, I really didn't know what I was coming here for, but LA was my dream. So I moved here in a hostel. Actually, I didn't even get a real hotel. I got a hostel. And I lived in a bunk bed under many different strangers on Melrose, actually the Melrose Hostel. And I used to walk around everywhere. I didn't have a car or anything. I told you I had $500 and I always spent a lot of my time in Hollywood. However, always go walk down the stars, read every single star. I know where every single star at that I want to get to. Every single star. I used to read the stars. I actually got a job in Hollywood at 7-Eleven, and that's how I took off. That's how I started to actually get myself together and start to learn different LA culture by working at 7-Eleven because I worked around so many regulars and I worked around a lot of people from outside of LA. So that's how I started to learn how to navigate the city from working in retail. Then I was homeless. I lived in a homeless shelter. I ended up leaving that homeless shelter when I got a little bit more stable and got myself a hotel. During my hotel era, though, when you move in a shelter, they'll put you like on a list or something for help and try to get you like vouchers and things of that nature. And that shelter did that for me, and I had forgot all about it. But one day I checked my email and like a week had passed, and a lady had hit me up saying, "Hey, we got such and such for you. We got housing for you. Come see me at such and such." So I replied to her and she replied right back. And I went down there. They got me housing quick, baby, quick. And I ended up going to get a crib. And it was just a room at the time, but I was grateful for it because I was working and I didn't even have to pay much. They pretty much paid everything. And that felt good because, like I said, I was just homeless. I was struggling every single day having to do DoorDash on a bike. I was on a bike, baby. I had got a bike from my people on Facebook on my post because I had started my social media journey long back then when I was just asking people online for help, like support. I needed help bad, but I didn't care about embarrassment or nothing. And I've never been that type of person. I was always prideful. Now, around my friends, I always been the friend that maybe need $20. But for the most part, I had my own shit together, my own bills and everything. I wasn't asking nobody to help pay my bills or no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. But once I moved to LA, hell, I was actually the friend that needed help really bad. I needed help really bad, but nobody understands you moving to LA. So a lot of the times people think you playing around and they just gonna not want to help you and people will cut you off. It looks like you living a glamorous life to people from the outside, but you know that it's not that. You know what I'm saying? And if you're chasing a certain dream, especially if you have to post on social media and stuff, if you're creating a different persona, like if you want to be like even me with this podcast, once this podcast starts to take off, people are gonna think, especially my family and stuff, they might think that I'm getting money and stuff. I probably get views and no money. My family probably could look at my social media and think that I get money because I get millions of views, but I don't. I don't make anything from that. It's nothing in that. So that's something that you have to understand about LA too. So you won't have any help. I didn't have any help, but I kept going. I never stopped. I had family members telling me, just come home, just come back home and just stay here. You don't have to be out there and struggle and stuff like that. Or even friends would see me on social media asking for help and be like, come home. It's not that simple. When it's your dream, you have to continue to go. But you cannot expect anybody to help you, but I'm not telling you this to say that. I'm just basically saying that you can't be scared to ask somebody to help you if you really need help, but don't expect people to help you. But still ask for help if you need help and let that embarrassment go because you're going to have many hungry nights chasing your dreams. Some people don't have that. Some people got rich family members that help them and they have a foundation behind them and kudos to them, but a lot of them don't make it too. They just come and they just live a regular life. You have to have that drive. When you want it, you want it. It don't matter about how much money you got or how much you don't got. Whatever you want in your life is going to take drive. So I say that to say you don't have to be the richest person or not. Just because they rich and they come to LA and have the nicest crib, the nicest car and everything doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be successful in what they came here for. Trust me. Everybody coming here for Hollywood, but having the most money ain't gonna just get you in at all. Being the prettiest ain't gonna get you in. You used to be able to come suck a dick or two and then get in, but that ain't gonna work anymore. You're gonna have to sacrifice more than just that. Trust me. It's a lot of good dick suckers out here. So you're gonna have to you're gonna have to sacrifice way more than your body, way more than your looks. Cause what do you have past your look? How's your attitude? How do you react when we're on set for long hours? How do you respond to hate? Do you take care of yourself? It's a lot that goes into this. It's a lot that goes into this, and it just depends on what you want. Even if you're chasing any type of career, whatever you're chasing, it's gonna take more when you want more. So understand that. But I kept going, like I never stopped, and I'm talking right now as if like I've made it because I feel like mentally I have made it. So let's continue. I was working at 7-Eleven and I ended up getting a crib or whatever. After that, that crib ended up helping me get a voucher for Section 8, which moved me into another apartment. But in that apartment, I stayed there for a little while and then I end up here. But I don't get the Section 8 no more or the EBT or none of that. Now, I promised myself I didn't want to be on that, not because anything was negative around it, but I feel like it traps you. It keeps you in that because when you're on Section 8, you get a fixed rent amount and you only pay a certain amount a month. However, they check everything. They want to see everything. So pretty much you would rather work and you can use your voucher at a nicer apartment or something like that. But the one I was at was not all of that. And I just didn't want to do that. I didn't want to be trapped in the cycle of doing that. If you quit a job, like I'm an artist. Sometimes I want to quit my job and not have to work. So if you quit a job, it's just weird. Because when I started off, I had lower rent. And then once you start working and actually making money, it goes up. So it kind of will mess you up if you're not prepared. And I wasn't. I had got a car and everything and just mixed myself all up. I had a lot of ups and downs here, but I never lost my love for LA. I never lost my love for being a creator or none of that. But I had so much going on in my life, I couldn't do none of that. I was just trying to fix it up, fix it up, fix it up, fix it up, fix it up. But I used to pray to God. I did. I started praying to God and I just not even just praying to God, but just being a little bit more spiritual and starting to really tap back into myself. And I'd be like, man, if I get the old me back, and I start back creating it, if I just get space or if I just get free of all this financial debt, all of this worry debt and everything, like stress, I'm gonna create so hard and I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop. And that's who I am today. The person that y'all are meeting right now, I'm so ready for this shit. Like, I done already been through so much and I done already seen so much and I done already beat myself up so bad that I can see through so much. My eyes are so open now. Like, even when people come around me, I can tell a person who's just explaining versus a person who's complaining. I could tell if you explaining or complaining easily. I could tell a bullshitter from a person who actually get they shit done. I can tell instantly because I went through a lot and I pushed myself in situations that most people would just give up in. I went through some of the craziest, darkest shit by myself alone, and I still got out. I still got out. I'm still talking to y'all today. Many battles. I'm telling you, dark as shit by myself. It was just me. And that's how I know it's meant for me to be here. Everything that I really have seen in my dreams and everything is actually going to happen. I'm going to be exactly who I'm supposed to be. This is really what I love. When you're passionate about something, you're not going to hear the outside noise. Oh, LA is dirty. Oh, LA is dangerous. None of this. No, none of that stuff happens to me. And I don't want to jinx myself, but I'm not even avoiding anywhere. I go wherever I want. I have no problems. I have no nothing. People talk bad about LA people. Oh, they all weird and scammers and stuff. I don't get that vibe. I meet real people from actual LA, bitch. Born and raised, bitch. Literally. Born and fucking raised. They whole family here. Generations of their whole family here. And I don't be meeting none of that. Y'all be putting yourself in situations. Y'all just green as fuck. A lot of y'all green. And you need to just stay on home. You need to just stay on home. For real. All of the LA hate. Oh, LA is just overrated. It's not overrated. This is the best city in the world. The most opportunities ever here. There is a lot of racism here. I agree. There is racism here, but there's racism everywhere. Everywhere. Tucking your dick and running when things get hard is not going to help anything. It's supposed to be challenging. LA's basically made me a real man. Literally, I'm a real man. I can say that. I'm a real man. I understand that nobody is coming to save me. LA taught me that. I understand that if I want more, I'm going to have to work for more. LA taught me. LA also taught me that doing everything right ain't going to always help you win. Sometimes you got to take some fucking risks. I learned that here in LA. I can do every single thing right all day, and it's going to be another motherfucker, another evil motherfucker that's going to come snatch everything right from over my head easily. So LA brought the dog out of me, literally, and you need that shit in this real world. For real, for real. And something too, LA also taught me, being that it has a heavy, heavy gay scene, is that as a man, regardless if you gay, straight, whatever you is, you gotta be a man first. You can let that shit, propaganda and shit, trick you if you want to. And that don't mean nothing about, you can wear wigs, you can wear nails, you can do all that. But if you wanna make that bread and you wanna be fucking respected, you gotta put your manhood first. And I learned that here in these LA streets. For real, for real. I feel like I also learned how to verbally communicate my feelings and thoughts. Because when I first came here, I got into it with so many people because we just didn't understand each other. The way I run shit, it's very, very strict compared to people here. People here are easy. They say whatever the fuck they want to say and move on. Me, you say something to me, I'm ready to slap the fuck out you. Here, it ain't even always about that. Yeah, you know, you be disrespectful, a nigga will slap you, but sometimes a person ain't even been disrespectful. They just don't have no emotions and they just saying what they see. And that taught me that. So now I understand everything ain't even about emotions, even in the workplace. LA taught me so much about the workplace. And I never wanted to work when I came here in LA. But God and the universe showed me that I needed to go back to work. I needed to. I worked my whole life, but I never learned shit at work. All I was going there for was money. The skill building, the etiquettes and all of that shit, work, that's important. That's important. All of the small things that we try to skip are important. I learned that here in LA. I have nothing but time but to learn. Also, you don't know everything. I learned that here. I learned that here. So you have to just put yourself in situations and stop coming to LA to meet friends. Stop coming to LA to meet a man. Stop coming here to fake it. Just be real. Be real and face this life until you make it, and I guarantee you'll like it. But like I say, building it ain't easy here. It ain't easy to just come here and just get rich and get big, but it is possible here. This is probably the most possible state ever because it actually has more protections for the people than anybody. If you're a small business owner or anything, it's thriving here. Yeah, there's going to be probably theft. There's going to be bad stuff, but it's bad stuff all the time. Don't focus on that. Don't let these people trick you and make you think that everything over here is just all fake and all this or whatever. No, you can actually make it over here. You can come to LA and get you a nice little crib wherever. I don't even like to tell people where to stay. You find your own pocket and stick to it. You find your own little pocket. We all dipped off in our own little corners. Wherever you want to stay there. For real. Another thing, you don't necessarily even need a big budget when you first started. What are you promoting? You don't necessarily need that. A lot of people think that you don't need everything in the beginning. That beginning is just that practice. That's it. This is practice. That's why I say I'm going to try to go for 30 days. We going 30 days straight. No, 30 days straight. 30 days straight. We on day 8th of the month. We going the whole month of July. Every single day of July, we post them. Every day. Every day. And I'm going to show up every single day. Every single day. Because I'm building something. I'm building something. And I trust myself enough to know that this is going to pay off in a way that I ain't going to ever be able to give myself nothing. 30 days straight, y'all. We going to do this. Watch. 30 days straight. We not gonna stop. I want you to commit to something too, whatever it is. So if you listening to this podcast, maybe you somewhere else in the rest in the other on the other side of the world, and maybe you want to go anywhere, Chicago, anywhere. Go chase your dream. But do know you don't have to move to chase your dream. But if it's your dream to leave or go somewhere new, go. Try it out. It's not gonna be easy. I just told y'all my story. It's not gonna be easy. I'm still going through shit while I'm trying to figure it out more. And I'm so much more wiser. But the smarter you get and the more you get, the more you gonna want. And the smarter you gonna want to get. You never gonna know everything. So always be open to learn. Continue to be open to learn. I'm always ready to learn. I always tell people, I don't care how their attitude is. If I ask somebody some information, long as they give me the right information, I don't give a fuck how they deliver it. You could be rude or anything. I'ma listen. When I used to go ask my grandma for money, she always used to fuss. I didn't know then. She was training me for the real world because people are gonna have no emotion when you need them. When you need somebody, you need them. That was training me for the whole world. My granny literally was training me. Literally. And when I got here to LA, I seen nobody be having emotion. Nobody want to slow down because a lot of the times they slow down and teach a motherfucker and they still don't even take their advice. Literally. So when you ask somebody for something, if they give it to you, they give it to you. Don't take it wrong, but keep your word. Keep your word. If you say you're going to do something, do it. I'm learning that too. I'm learning that more and more and more. Your word is all you got. Now learning that here in LA. It's more than just relationship. It's more than just relationships, man. For real. It's more than just relationships. I love LA. And I think if I wasn't here, when I look out my window every single day and I see palm trees, lots of cars and traffic, the police siren all day, every day, I feel like I already made it. I got my Carne Corso. I feel rich. I have a family. I have a crib. I'm able to pay my rent, my bills. I might not have the best podcast set up. I might not have the biggest budget. I don't have the best camera quality. I don't have 1,000. I don't have tens of thousands of followers. I got 8,000 on TikTok and like 7,000 on Instagram. I don't care. I ain't had nothing at first. And it's taken me years to keep building. I've been here for 6, 7 years and I'm still slowly building. Slow motion is better than no motion. It's not about all that. But if I would have started earlier, I would have had more than that. I would have had more than that. All this time that I've been here, I ain't been doing nothing. But what a lot of y'all doing right now, worrying about where to start, worrying about what people gonna think, worried about what I don't have. I'm not doing that anymore. So if you listening to this anywhere and you got anything that you want to do, just do it, y'all. Just do it. For real. I promise you it's gonna work out. I'm not gonna be here too much longer because y'all know I get to talking in circles and we don't want to do all that today and nobody got time for that. But I do love y'all and I do want to make this one a little bit different. I don't want to keep talking about what celebrities got going on or none of that because I'm a celebrity too. I'm a fucking celebrity. I'm a celebrity, like Saucy Santana said. But in closing, if nobody has told you today, keep building. Don't let social media convince you that everybody else is winning while you're standing still. Progress doesn't always look exciting. Sometimes progress is just refusing to quit. This podcast is growing one episode at a time, one conversation at a time, and one supporter at a time. If you're a part of this journey, thank you. I appreciate every view, every comment, every subscription, and I'll see you next episode. Until then, love y'all and come back to the He She Podcast.